One man is dead after Pine Bluff police were called to a two-vehicle collision right here at the intersection of Harding and Olive Street. Now, witnesses say that two vehicles were traveling south on Olive when a Volvo hit the driver's side of a Buick. The Volvo then lost control and hit the side of the curb. Due to the injuries sustained in the collision, the driver of the Volvo was pronounced dead at the scene. No other injuries have been reported. The Pine Bluff Police Department will hold a press conference to address the murder of Keith Wilbur Jr. In September of 2015, 3 suspects invaded the victim's home and demanded money. Police later arrived to the scene to find the 23-year-old shot to death. An 18-year-old male was booked in connection with the murder, but later charges were dropped. Now, 3 years later, the Pine Bluff Police Department, joined by the victim's family, will deliver long-awaited answers. Kavanaugh Pharmacies is one of the many pharmacies in Little Rock where you can now purchase Narcan over the counter. Narcan is an emergency medication used to reverse the effects of an opioid overdose. The University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff is undergoing major changes across its campus. One particular area of interest is the campus's radio station, Hot 89.7. According to station manager Tony Seville, everything is new other than those individuals that work there. Pine Bluff firefighters were called to a burning apartment unit at around 9 a.m. this morning. They arrived to the scene to find a terrified mother screaming as her 2-year-old daughter was still trapped inside. Firefighters had to battle serious flames to get to the 2-year-old, but they did find her shielded in a place inside of the house that actually saved her life. Terrified for her daughter's life, this mother frantically watches as Pine Bluff firefighters battle flames to get to her 2-year-old daughter still trapped inside of the burning unit. Channel 7's Pine Bluff Bureau Chief Larry Potter was near the location when he heard the call radioed in at around 9 o'clock Wednesday morning.
When I ran out of the corner, I could see the smoke and everything, so I immediately started calling all the emergency people, letting them know what was going on. And I pulled up. Flames were shooting out the windows in the front door, and I asked everybody, was everybody out? Everybody was yelling, my baby was inside. Just couldn't get in because of all the flames or anything.
After firefighters doused the flames to get inside, they quickly found the child in between a bed and a wall. They say that her location, shielding her from the flames, is what likely saved her life. After being rescued, the mother and child were rushed to the nearest hospital, with the 2-year-old later being transported to Little Rock's Children's Hospital to receive further care. As the opioid crisis worsens across the state of Arkansas, Attorney General Leslie Rutledge decided that it's time to take action. She announced in a press conference that a lawsuit will be filed against drug manufacturers Johnson & Johnson, Purdue Pharma, and Endo Pharmaceuticals.
In January, I announced that I had hired outside counsel to assist in the investigation of the opioid manufacturers who have caused this problem. And today, we are filing suit on behalf of the state of Arkansas.
Attorney General Rutledge claims that the companies lied and misrepresented in order to get prescriptions filled and paid for by the Arkansas Medicaid program. She says that the most significant cause of action for the lawsuit is the Medicaid Fraud and False Claims Act and the Arkansas Deceptive Trade Practices Act that the companies violated.
These lies told by manufacturers resulted in Arkansans purchasing and taking opioids, believing that they were safe and the risk of addictions were low.
The Attorney General says that opioids have generated billions of dollars in revenue for these drug companies, leaving Arkansas negatively impacted as opioids are now the leading cause in drug-related deaths in the state. No set amount of money sought in the lawsuit was stated. However, Governor Asa Hutchinson says that this is an important step in the efforts to combat opioid abuse.
I'll lean upon her counsel and advice as she pursues this, but I see this as an important step and a significant step in our overall efforts to combat opioid abuse and to look for partners to address the problem.